Hello, um, good evening. Blissful, thank you for joining in on time. Please note that we'll be
Good
starting
evening,
shortly.
ma'am.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll be starting shortly. We're just waiting for a few more people to join. And once our guest speaker is around, we're going to start. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Will I fathom or comprehend this love you give? Tell me, where do I begin? Oh, look at my hands, oh, Kimake bichero, Tabi said I feel the Lord, Lord, Timo, why you want to fish, Shobora. Your mercy, your goodness, in my finger, and I feel it. Oh, I see it. Gratitude is it. I saw it, everything give me a say, I show, yes. Everything give me a say, yes. Cause every time I look to my right, every time I look to my left, all I see all over me is your face. Every time I look up, down, below, every time I look from top down below, all I see all over me is your face. It's your faithfulness. Oh, I know, I know, I know. I still cannot fathom or comprehend this life. Tell me, where do I begin? Tell me, where do I begin? Look at my hands, oh, you might get betrayed. God be said, I said, when you love.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Blissful Glory. We have two glories in the house. Good evening, good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Welcome on board. Thank you for coming. I'm going to turn down the music. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music?
Yes, I can hear the music.
Yeah, okay. So we're just holding up for our guests to come into the room. And once she comes in, we will start immediately.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
And every time I look from up in the middle, every time I look from top down below, all I see all over me is your faithfulness. And it's your faithfulness, show, just, with everything in me, I say, show, just, yes. Every time I look to my right, every time I look to my left, all I see all over me is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. Yeah. Burn you a furnace, fire your fire. Trigger me nicely, it's all I see. Yeah, it's been a minute, still you're not time. Boy, I still taking good care of me. Are you not the one? Are you not the one? Grace my indulgence and loves me regardless. Are you not the one? Are you not the one? Loves me so delicate, I'm your priority. I me why. Ele achou meu amor, se vai então, todo se for me.
All right. Welcome on board. Welcome, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. Please,
Yes, ma'am. And you had.
thank you. If you're not able to speak, maybe because of where you are, you can absolutely use the chat. But you're welcome. All right, so I'm just going to do a little bit of introduction. I'm going to do a little bit of introduction, and we'll dive right into why we are here today. But I want to say thank you very much for joining early. Most times people don't join events early, and I'm grateful that you're here at this time. So we're going to start with introductions very briefly. Just type in the chat box where you're joining us from, what you do, and if you have ever um, traded the foreign exchange market. Of course, you know why we are here, right? You know why we are here. You saw the flyer and you said, this is something that I would like to be a part of. This is something I think I need. So let's get to know each other a little bit. So just type in the chat box your name, where you're joining us from, and what you do. What you do. So can we do that? We're very few here. Okay, let me start. Okay, my name is Ifemade. Most of you, in fact, everybody here knows me. So my name is Ifemade. I'm a finance coach, and I am based in the city of Jos, but I am currently in Lagos. So that is my introduction. So I'd like us to all share. If you can type in the chat box. If you want to, you can unmute your mic, and we'll be very, very happy to hear your voice. So who wants to go next? Okay, hi. Hi, Jumbo Glory. I hope I got the pronunciation of your name correctly. Glory is joining from Uyo Akwa Ibom. Oh wow, that reminds me of my NYC days because I served in Cross River State, very close to Akwa Ibom. Well done and welcome, Glory. Glory is a medical virtual assistant. Thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself. All right. Glory David, can we meet you? Can you type in the chat box where you're joining us from and what you do? You're the only other person here apart from our speaker for today. So do us the honors of introducing yourself so that we can get on to the next thing on our agenda for today. So while we're waiting for Glory to while we're waiting for Glory, I want you to do something right now. If you have people, that you think should absolutely be here, right? Oh, thank you, Coach Vera. Thank you. Coach Vera is in the building. Her name is Vera Alex. She's a life coach, and she says, I look beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that comment a lot. All right. So welcome, Coach Vera. Welcome, Glory Blissful. We're still waiting for Glory David to introduce herself, but we will go ahead while we wait for her to introduce herself. So we all know why we are here tonight. We are here to talk about our trading journey. Myself and Coach Vera are going to be sharing, our trading journey with you. And she's going to be speaking specifically to us on how she has been able to preserve her trading capital and still 10x her money. It's not a scam, guys. It's not boju. Okay, she's going to be sharing as honestly as she can what her trading journey has been like. I know that when it comes to foreign exchange trading, there are lots of scams out there. There are lots of unrealistic things out there, and there are lots of real things also out there, right? But a lot of times people don't have the patience to learn, and people are not willing to make mistakes. People are not willing to fail and try again because money is involved. Amen. So tonight we're going to be talking about all of that. So Glory David has done the honors, and she says she is joining from Abuja, and she works as in customer service issue resolution for a fintech. Thank you, Glory, and well done and welcome. Thank you for introducing yourself. So we're going to go ahead with what we have tonight very quickly. I'm trying to resolve a technical issue, guys, but I don't want that to hinder us. So I think we'll just go ahead and continue. Coach Vera is here. Can we give her a warm welcome? Welcome, Coach Vera. We want to see your face. We want to see your beautiful, beautiful face. Welcome on board. Welcome. Thank you for making our time to be here with us tonight. Kujora has had a very long day, but she has made it a point of duty to be here, and I'm very grateful for that. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me, I think we've had enough with the music, so we can focus entirely on why we are here tonight. Okay. So Kodra, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm going to start with a question, and then I'm just going to hand over to you. And we're going to also be able to ask questions. Those of us that are here, we're going to be able to ask questions. So my first question, or the opening question that I want you to help us to maybe sort of like um tackle or answer tonight is, what was your first impression, the first time ever that you came in contact with Forex trading? That's my first question for you tonight. So you can unmute your mic and you know, do the honors of starting out with that question, and then just take it away from there.
Okay, hi guys. Really wonderful to be here. I'm okay. I'm excited. Ifemade, thank you so much for doing this. I have made millions from trading. And one thing that I tell people a lot is that every time you see a fake, right, there's a real, right? Every time there are scammers, it means there's somebody that they are copying, right? Satan does not, it doesn't have original idea. It doesn't. So, the first time I came in contact with trading, it was an American. Her name is Imani. I still spoke to her recently. And I think this was 2020, yeah, after the pandemic. And then this American lady just sent a message and she was talking to me. No, I saw it. And then my heart was drawing towards it, like, what could this thing be about? And all of that. And I mean, learning from an American, trading from an American as a Nigerian is hard because they're going to be using their illustrations that you don't understand, right? You don't get it. But when you learn from like fellow Nigerians, you get it faster. So I mean, I was on that journey with her for like 2 years until like I had other coaches. But yeah, that was the first time I came in contact with Forex. I remember telling you about it. Remember day? I was like, February, come and see you. Do you remember? This was like 2020, 2021.
I can't really remember that particular story.
Time.
But
Oh, you can't
I'll
remember.
I'll take your word.
This was a long time ago though. This was a very long time ago. Yeah, so that's the first time that like I knew about trading. So should I go ahead? Should I
Yes,
take it
I
up?
mean, just take it away from there. Tell us everything you have to
Oh
share.
my God. So it's really nice to see everybody. It's nice to have everybody here. So if you're at any point where like maybe you have questions, ask me for them, or they have questions, just let me know, right? So if I'm talking, I need clarity on something, right? Just let me know. So first of all, I want to say that trading is not as difficult as you know. You can actually grow your funds from literally $100 to $1 million. No matter how much capital you have, right, you can grow your funds from $100, as I said before, to $1 million. The first mindset that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to trading is short term, right? So what people have preached to us over time is the short term thinking. You cannot build wealth. You can never see anybody build wealth. Anybody that you admire right now that has built something. I'm not talking about your Instagram buddies. No, I'm not talking about your social media buddies. I'm talking about people that have tangible stuff. Dangote, Otedola, Alakija, right? Even some really amazing influencers, right? You see that it's possible for them to make sales, right? Amazing coaches, they make sales, they make a lot of money. But when it comes to building wealth, like making money, I've seen people, I've seen people that make 1.5 million naira monthly and they're not building wealth. right? So they, at the end of the day, somebody that probably started with $100 would do way better than somebody that was making 1.5 million naira monthly that wasn't thinking about building wealth. So now people always think that trading is a short-term thing, but they do not see that there is a way for you to, like, there's a long-term, it's long-term, right? And here's the thing, you can never build wealth thinking short-term. Right. I'm a life coach, right? And I happen to be a profitable trader. I don't happen to be like I learned how to trade, right? But now I teach my students how to trade. But guess what? It's very difficult to become one of my paid students, even if we charge a fair amount. Do you know the reason why? Because every time I converse with somebody and they say to me that, oh, like, they want to make this amount of money sharp, sharp. They want to do this fast, fast, like automatically, because we have application process that we use to go through, right? They go through application process, and every single time that these guys come in and they say, oh, like, I ask them, so what do you do when you lose money? And they don't know how to answer, or they say things like, I cry, I mourn, I whatever. I know that I know my people, right? I need people that have the guts, people that have like literal guts to make money. So the first thing that I would say is that you can't think short term when it comes to building wealth, right? Um, Another thing that I've seen a lot happening, and this is, as I said before, this is something that has to do with this is something that has to do with um capital preservation. A lot of people lose money when it comes to Forex, but like we found a way to permanently lock that tap. And I'm going to be showing you how we're doing it now. Like well, it's not possible for you to lose your capital, your trading capital anymore, right? So what is the key characteristics of the person, a wealth builder? Does anybody want to guess for me? What is one character that a wealth builder must have? Character traits. Does anybody want to guess it for me? One character trait, right? Anybody? If you will not guess it, I will just let you know. But if you guys are here, let me know. I want to see that you're here. Are you here? The glories. There are two glories here. Consistency.
Yes, we have two glories here.
Mhm. Our second glory are waiting for you. We are waiting. So you said consistency, but there's a major characteristic. Major characteristics. The major characteristics for wealth building is patience. The major characteristics for wealth building is patience. It's not even discipline, it's patience. It's patience, right? Yeah, it's patience. So a lot of people are actually very impatient when it comes to building wealth. They want it now, now. I tell my students this all the time, that I really don't care about their today. I don't care whether they eat today, whether they do not eat today. I'm like, you go figure out how today is going to go for you. I care about the next 5 to 10 years of your life. I care that you look back and you say, thank God that I followed Coach V. Every single word she said concerning this, I did it. Right? Yeah. So that's the number one characteristics of a wealth builder. Like, a wealth builder is a patient person, right? So what was happening in our community? The thing that was happening in our community was that this is a mistake we all made, right? So at the beginning time when I first started trading, they gave us a demo account, right? And they told us, I mean, there's no demo account that starts with $100. All demo accounts starts with 10,000 paper money, right? So they gave us paper money, demo accounts, paper money. And demo account shot all of us in the leg, right? It shot all of us in the leg because when we're using demo accounts, we were making big money. We're making big amount of money. You just take $10,000 and flip it all the way to 100,000. You think that you know how to do something. Because that's how they taught us. Use demo accounts, $1,000 paper money, $10,000 paper money, and it ended up shooting all of us in the leg. So what happened next was that people now thought that because they were able to grow a $10,000 account in like few weeks, they will go and I went to take $1,000. I cannot forget. I went to take $1,000 and put it into my trading account. I blew that money within 3 days. So what is now the problem? The problem is that instead of them to teach us how to grow a $10 using a cent account, because I mean, if you can do 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70% a year, you are now competing with the banks. Banks right now are doing 12 to 15% every single year. Now, money market is doing about 20 to 25%. Just imagine you can do 30% every year. You are now competing with the banks, literally. Right? So, but they didn't teach us that we needed patience. They didn't teach us to map out our lives. They didn't teach us that, oh, we can plan it and say, okay, you know what? This is my age right now. In the next 10 years, this is what I would have gotten to. They didn't teach us that. They told us it was going to happen now. Oh my God, if you feel you're not getting it, you're not getting it. Why are you hitting stop loss? Why? The reason is because they did not spread it out for us. They didn't tell us that give or take within 10 years time, you will be such a badass that you will not just be teaching people. I personally am of the opinion that we should grow inward before we come out, like before we grow out. And growing inward means whatever it is that you want to build wealth in, make sure that it's tangible enough, then you now grow out of it, right? So what you want to do now is that you don't want to start, and now we're going to be talking about the software that I use and all of that. But I'm saying generally, what we were all taught was that we should trade with $10,000 paper money. And at the end of the day, some of us gave some people our money to trade. They blew their accounts within 24 hours. We cussed them out. We cried. For 3 months, we did not trade again. We started again after 4 months and all of that, right? So I have decided that I'm going to cut that journey very short for every single person that comes into my life, like that journey very short. So what is it my students did differently? What did they do differently? Let me see if I can share my screen. I need to share this screen because I need to show you guys something. Is it possible for me to share? Okay, it's possible. I've seen it.
Have you seen the share screen button?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so important for me to share this because I want you guys to see the graph. Right? So what did we do? If I'm this is recording, right? Awesome. So what did we do differently? Yeah. So what did we do differently? My students that had from $100 to and above locked their funds in a place that gives upfront 20% a year. That money is what you call trading budgets. You can't afford to use all your money for trading budgets. There is business budget, there's family budget, there's Jesus budget, there is everything budget. Why don't you have a trading budget for the year? So we locked our funds in a place that gives upfront fee, and immediately we locked it for 1 year. Right? We took that upfront money and divided it into 12 months and decided these are the 3 options we're going to go for. Low risk, medium risk, or high risk. There's a 4th one, but it's not really risky. I'll tell you what it is as we go, right? Most of them decided to go for medium risk, and that's what they're currently doing. The people that wanted to go for high risk, what did they do? They, I think you should send a message to your community. Send a message to them. Yeah, send a message to them. I want more people here. I want more people seeing
I
it.
have some people will join in.
Okay.
And
so like if you can get someone to like send a personal, because even if you're on your bed watching this, just tell them, like, even if you can watch this from your bed, you can watch this, whatever it is, because I want people to see that their lives can actually be different and their lives can actually change from this thing. There is an actual plan to get you to $100,000 to $1 million in 10 years' time. Like, I have that plan, and my students are working with that plan. There's an actual plan. And the earlier that we see, calculate your 10 years from today and see it. How much would you have? Do you know that in 10 years' time, can I be honest with you? In 10 years' time, most of your mates will still not have $100,000 to their names. In 10 years' time, most of your mates will not have had a $50,000 to their name. So what would you give to be able to have that amount of money to your name? Calculate your age. If you're in your 20s, it means that by the time before you get to 40s, right, you would have nothing less than $100,000, right? That's maybe, we don't know how the rate is going to be, so let's use dollars. $100,000. Probably we're not even going to be using dollars or naira. Maybe it will be crypto, but I'm saying that would be how much you would have. The possibility that you have that worth is there. It's the same thing. I tell my family members and my friends this thing all the time. I'm like, every single time you hit a financial wealth goal, I say, every time you hit a financial, you need to remember that your mates are not here yet. So for you to get to this goal and you are working towards something, it means you will be able to retire yourself in 10 years' time. And what I am going to be presenting to you is not it's not rocket science. It's not you don't even have to learn. It's automated. It's automated, right? And so you can plan with it. You can absolutely plan with it, right? So what is the next thing we did? So for everyone that had, so medium risk, right? They divided the money into 12 months, but their risk into 12 months. And this is what we noticed from last year to this year, right? Nobody is left out of both profit and loss, but we have had more profits than losses. And guess the best part? The best part of it is, no matter how bad the year has gone, the next year, the next year, your profit opens up, like the place where you locked your money, and you can even start again. Listen, money is not to be held to your chest. Money is for test and is for testing out things. Right? This is what I wish I knew at the time when I first started to learn how to trade. I wish somebody told me that I could be patient to grow $10 for a year. And if I could grow a $10, which is 1,000 cents, right, I could do better. I wish somebody told me to lock my funds and do upfront interest and trade with only my profits. I wish somebody told me that, oh my God, people are making 1,000%, 500% in a year. I wish somebody told me that if I locked my funds, I would have money when it's time for profit, because every time there's a loss in the market, there is always an opportunity to bounce back. But the problem that we have is that we're either too scared of the market because of the loss. It takes away our emotional, we don't think straight anymore. Our risk management is not even normal, it's off the chart. Oh God, recently somebody was telling me why they told me, they were saying, oh my God, like they wanted to increase their lots. This was like about, I think March. We did very great in March up until April, second week of April and all of that. We've had like tiny bit of losses in April, right? But so far, personally, my account has done almost 1,000% just this year alone. And I'm thinking to myself that, like, in that March period, because we're having back-to-back wins, people were telling me they wanted to increase their risk. I'm like, are you people dumb? Are you wise? Are you thinking about, like, what the heck is going on here? Why would you want to increase your risk for crying out because you're winning? Do you realize that losing period is going to come? So people do not have risk management on lockdown. Anytime I'm seeing people have pepper body, like I'm literally seeing them happy. I know the problem is that they are expecting so much from the market. And I'm saying that the market will give you so much, but guess what? It will take from the impatient person and will give to the patient person every freaking time. Every time. right? So the good thing about it is that no matter how bad the year has gone, the next year, you know that your trading capital is still there and you can be a part of the 2% of people that will end up making a lot of money. You can be a part of that if you know how to calculate your risk very well. If you think ahead, if you're not thinking now, you're not thinking 1,000% today. You're thinking, oh, you know what? If I can make 1,000% in 2 years, how is my 10 years gonna look like? Just imagine that every money you put in for in 2 years, you will make 1,000% guaranteed. You would have much more peace of mind. You will not be struggling for the market, right? So now, what is the result of this thing that we did? Nobody loses their trading capital anymore. And now people's profits that they are making on their upfront is now superseding the capital that they left for 1 year. The profits, that's the profit they're making from their trading on 20, let's say $100 on 20%. That 20% has grown so much to over 100%. That is now more than the money inside their locked fees. Guess what? If you think long term, you will outsmart everybody in the game. The reason why a lot of business, and listen, I want to let you know that trading is like every normal business. There's good times. I am a coach. Ifemade is a coach, and she will tell you this all the time, that our profit margin is never the same every month. There's sometimes where you make some really great amount of money, millions enter your account, and you're like, yeah. There's sometimes where you are barely struggling with 200K. Nobody's even paying attention to you. In fact, let me tell you this. If somebody promises you a certain amount of percent short term every day, if they guarantee you that every day you will make it 1%, every day you will make 2%, they are scammers. Because the market is never stable. Donald Trump can wake up one morning and decide that he wants to go to battle. And I love Donald Trump, right? He can decide that he wants to go to battle. And the other people can decide that they don't want anything can happen, right? Anything can happen when it comes to the market and businesses. But let me tell you something. Businesses are run on emotions. People, see, no matter how consistent a person is, their emotions are never stable. I'm saying it because and I'm saying that it's not that they're not emotionally intelligent. It's that today you are sad. Tomorrow you are glad. Another day you have to pump yourself up to say yes to yourself, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Another day, nobody even needs to tell you the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy is just there, flowing naturally. Right? There are days where you don't feel like talking to anybody. Everybody's just their day. Now imagine the market promising you a particular day. I'm just saying that the market is stable all the time. It's not possible. The market is never stable all the time. The market gives you 1% today. Listen, cryptocurrency, nobody's talking about cryptocurrency now because of how down it is. By the way, it's coming back up, but how down it is. All this period where it was down, I was putting in money. See, let me tell you something. If you want to succeed in life, look for what the 99% of people are doing and do the opposite. Just do the opposite. So people that put in their money last year in cryptocurrency, right? They are removing it this year because they're saying cryptocurrency is not paying them, blah, 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 and they've forgotten. By the time the boom is coming again, everybody's going to be putting their money back in. But guess what? You're putting your money when the boom is, you are paying the people that were always there, that were already positioned. Yeah. That's how it is. Dangote Refinery, the same thing. Everything that everybody is excitedly rushing at the time. You're already late when the public knows. You are very late when the public is talking about it. You're already late. So you need to think about outsmarting every single person in the game. And the best way to outsmart everybody in the game is do opposite of what they're doing. Be as patient as possible and think long term. Right? So what is our most important role when we're building wealth? Never not be in the market. I will tell you why. I will show you why. Never not be in the market. Never not be positioned in the market. My Nigerian stock exchange did so well in the first month of this year because of this rule that I had. I am positioned everywhere. Even when what do you call it? Even when American foreign stocks were going down, I was there. I was there. I am still there, right? I don't take monies out of my portfolio. Like, portfolio is supposed to increase, not reduce. Pump it, put it there. Just put it as much as it can, as we are doing, just putting it there. Never not be positioned for the market. Don't do it. Some of our best times in the market has happened over a period of loss. So imagine adequately preparing for your losses because you know your big wins are coming. So see the way I said it in the this thing. I put it in capital letter because I was angry as I was saying it, because a lot of people have lost a lot of money because they're not thinking long term. See what I said? Adequately freaking prepare for losses so that you will not be absent when profits are happening. And what we're doing right now is that our own losses happen within a month or less than a month, then it's followed by back-to-back months of profits. But guess what? You don't know when the losses will come. You don't know when the losses will happen. And so that's the reason why you have to prepare for it. Just like how you don't know when Jesus Christ is going to come, but you have to be prepared. Right? So prepare for the market, prepare for it, prepare for losses. Now, let me show you our graph. This is 2025 April, from April till now. I want you to look at it very well. Look at it very well. April 2025, there was a loss, minus $4,000. Look at May. Just take a look at May. May gave us times 10 of the loss. Times 10. Look at June. And then there was profit. And then in July, there was another loss. By August, we did over times 2 of the loss that we had in July. September, we skyrocketed again, $32,000. October, we had another loss. Right, this October was bleeding. It was bleeding. People that came in October wanted to cry. Imagine coming when everybody had been making mouths that, oh my God, the market has been so sweet, especially after September kind of thing. You just enter, you're like, oh my God, you enter because of the boom was happening back to back in September. And then suddenly October, see the losses that we had. That's the biggest loss that we had. And see what happens in November. It didn't just give us times 2, it gave us more than times 2 of the losses that we had in October. And see what happens in December. If you are going through a system that does not have losses, you should be worried. Yeah, you should be worried. Because as I said, even in businesses, I've done Instagram ads before that nobody, right? Nobody answered. I am talking millions of naira that went into ads that we didn't have even one person to pay. Nobody. We've done marketing before. I mean, I don't know how people think about it. You lose money in your own personal business and you're expecting trading is business. Trading is buy and sell. Trading is buy and sell. It's the same thing as business. There's no difference. There's no difference. Treat it as a business. Do your proper risk management. Now, see what happens in November. See what happens in December. $27,000. See December. So imagine you came in November. So you enjoyed November, you enjoyed December. Let me show you how January 2026 was. See how I've not updated this. The last time I did this, April, I think there was a minus like 200 or minus $300 dollars in April, because this was beginning of April, because we had some losses in April, right? It's now that we're gaining back little by little. But see it now. January, $25,000. February, $16,000. March, 14,000. This was back-to-back profit. So imagine you came in November and you enjoyed November, December, January, February, March, April. You enjoyed all of this 5 months. 5 months of profits. You go and call everybody and tell them, come and see what the Lord has done for me. You say, come and see the amount of money that I've been able to make, right? So some people came in April. The week where we had our losses, some people started to join us. See people crying. I was like, no, they were not really crying. They were like, why is it when we joined? Is something wrong with us? I was like, nothing's wrong with you. You just want to be able to stay through. If you stay through, you will break through. Hey, clock it. If you stay through, you'll break through, right? But you need to stay through. You need to be patient with the market, right? So this is the features of it's a gold software, right? It's gold. It trades just gold, right? So it follows the trend. So we don't go against the market. If the market is buying, we're buying. If the market is selling, we're selling. It has a stop loss. It means that it puts like, if there's a loss happening, it stops the losses, right? So if the market is going in the opposite direction, it stops the loss, right? So the next thing, it has a trading stop loss. So trading stop loss is if the market is buying consistently, like if it's buying, it will be following it to buy. So that by the time it starts to turn, right, it will lock in the profits. So that's what the trading stop loss does. If market does not retrace at all, yes, it locks in the profit and keeps going until it hits TP or the trading stop loss, right? But it doesn't trade every day. It trades every week, definitely every week, right? So that's the gold. That's the goal. It's automated, right? It's not difficult. It's automated. It's plug and play, literally. This is the first strategy, low risk. This is for people that have large volumes. For example, we have people that have up to $50,000, $100,000 to trade. And I tell them that, is this your trading budget for the year? If they tell me they want to flip the money, I tell them this is not where you will be. You will not flip $50,000 in my eyes. This is not where you will be, right? Hey, you're going to lock the money, take upfront interest and all of that. So this is for low risk accounts, right? This is, you use a small, this way you're trading only with 20% of your account, right? The risk reduces as the account grows. So as I mentioned before, that my account is almost 1,000% since the beginning of the year, right? And as I'm talking to you now, even the losses that we had in April, it didn't affect my capital. It only touched a little bit of my profits, my profit. And I'm sure it's the same with Femade because she trades with me. Right. So it only touched a little bit of our profit, but it didn't touch our capital. Our capital was safe, right? The second option is the medium risk. This medium risk, you make it for low risk, I didn't mention it. You're making from 100 to 200% a year on low risk. Gold is very volatile. You understand? Even on low risk, you can make a lot of money. Yeah, it's very volatile like that. So on medium risk, you're looking at from like 300 to 1,000% a year on medium risk. And I'm not even capping, right? So, but I like to set expectations as, let's say, 400 to 500% a year, right? And this is without even increasing your risk. If you're deciding that, I'm like me now, I didn't increase my risk. And I didn't increase Ifemande's risk at all. She didn't increase her risk. We just maintained the same risk for the good times and the bad times, right? So my risk since I began has been the same risk that I've been using. Some people like to increase their risk. And if you're doing high risk, you can be increasing your risk. But for medium risk, you don't increase it, just let it run. And if you let it run as a medium risk, you're literally thinking your drawdown or your risk is going to be like about 40%, like 30 to 40% of your account. Right? Yeah, like 30 to 40% of your account. I guarantee you that. That's how it is for medium risk. So you're thinking of risking 30 to 40% of your account. But by the time, if you decide to be patient with it, like I think the people that joined us in that week where we lost, they had 30% drawdown, or they had like 30% drawdown their account, and they were sending messages. They were telling me, oh my God, what do we do? Blah, 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 blah. And I told them one thing. They kept saying, should I reduce my lot size? Should I reduce my risk? I said, don't touch it. And as I'm talking to you now, their capital like is already back, is almost back, right? We made some profit last week, so it's almost back. So I always tell them, don't reduce because the time is bad, you are on a good risk. So just leave it like that. Don't touch it, no matter how bad the market is, and it will bounce back. So yeah, that's literally what it is. And if you stay through your risk will really reduce. This is the high risk. The high risk is that you're just going to be increasing your risk. Every time your money doubles, you increase your risk. It doubles, you increase your risk, right? This is the final option. This one, I want you to listen to it with the heart of Jesus, because this one is going to change your life. Do you remember all those people? Hey, finance coaches like Ifemadi, they will tell you that you should put your money and be doing, even if it's 10,000 naira that you'll be contributing every month till the perfect day, whenever the perfect day is going to be. They will tell you, if you do 10,000 naira every month, by the end of the year, this is how much you will have. They will tell you, if you do 100,000 every year, every month for 5 years, this is how much you have. What if I told you that for this trading, you don't need to add extra money. Just start with $100 and grow it. Instead of you thinking, oh, let me be contributing every month. Why don't you start with, if you have $1,000? I will maybe I will send Ifemadi when I'm done. I can show you as I said, I have the exact plan that my students are using. Right? Some of them, okay, I think I even mentioned it here. I have a student, I mentioned it. I have a student that she started with $100 last year. She's not in $400 now. She's going to almost $600. She has taken the money, put in money market. I think she's doing farming now. She's doing other like business, other investment to grow her potential or her portfolio. All she did was start with $100. I know people that started with just $100, that $100 is almost $800. Right? The $100 is almost $800 just because they started with $100. They locked the funds, their upfront money grew. Once it was this next year, the upfront, this thing came again. They took the upfront, they locked the capital, they added it to their trading, and they just only one capital grew for 10 years. I'm saying can grow for 12 to 10 years. Only one capital. It's a cheat code. People do not know about it. It's a cheat code. And only one trading capital will not be sorting out real estate. Some of them are doing Greek now, yeah, right? Sorting out other investment plans, oil business. I know someone that is doing wood, right? Just the investment aspect of it. Just the investment. They're not doing the business of it, just the investment aspect of it. Do you understand? So instead of working very hard every month to be contributing money that you're sweating for, why don't you just take one amount of money and decide that you're going to follow it through till it grows, because it can grow, right? And by the time that one is giving you profit, you put it in money markets. That one is giving you profit, you put it in this one. That one is giving you profit, you put it everywhere. Your investment portfolio is growing. Before when it's now 10 years time, that portfolio now starts to pay you. You can retire yourself, retire your family. $100 can literally become $100,000 in 10 years. In 10 years. If you start with $1,000, I mean, you're looking at maybe a 500,000. Yes, a $1 million, 500,000 to $1 million in 10 years. It's more realistic. You are patiently and you are in control. You are in control. What's the worst thing that can happen? What is it? Nothing. You're in control. Right? So this way you are positioned, but from trading, you're taking trading to do Nigerian stock exchange. From trading, you're taking trading to do foreign, foreign stocks. From trading, you're taking it to do other things. And by the time you know it, you're positioned everywhere, because guess what? The boom is going to come. Cryptocurrency, that boom is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The boom will always come. Where are you going to be when the boom comes? Are you going to just keep living from hand to mouth, hand to mouth? So you're any small amount of money, but you cannot take $100 to start your own life. or to take like if you have it, $500, $1,000, $10,000 to start your life, right? You don't have any investment portfolio, you're happy. So that's about it. That's about it. So now, what is my assignment for? Because I'm a coach, I will always give assignments. It's very important. You see these winning mindsets, there are two that I gave. The first one is long-term thinking, and the second one is that's long-term thinking, and the second one is never not be in the market. Imagine missing out of 500%, 100%, 200% because you didn't have money to fund again to start trading again. Never not be in the market. Never not be in the market. Never not be in the market. So decide meticulously which of the options that suit your financial situation now and go for it. That's all that I'd love to say. So if you have questions for me, you ask me.
Wow, thank you so much, Coach V. By the way, Coach Vera and we are friends. We go way back. But I think actively our trading relationship started in 2020, 2021, and it's been quite a journey with her since then. And yes, everything that she has said, I'm doing it, she's doing it. So you know that I'm not going to bring rubbish to your doorsteps. Yeah, I won't bring something that I haven't tested and tried, or I'm trying, to come and share with my community. So yes, this is when we get to ask questions about everything that Coach V has shared. So if you have questions, this is the time for you to ask. And I'm really hoping that you guys will ask, questions so that you can get more clarity. If there's anything she said that you'd like her to expatiate more, or if there's anything she said that you don't quite understand, this is the time to ask your question. So any questions in the house? I mean, for me, one of the major things that you said that has really stood out to me is the concept of patience, because I think that is one thing that makes a lot of people lose out of opportunities. And I'm saying a lot of people, even me in the past, have lost out of opportunities because almost that desire to just want to get something out of something very fast as you can. It's something that really, really deters people from actually enjoying the long-term benefits, of whatever it is that they are doing. So I'm still waiting for your questions. So, or should we draw the curtains here? And but the thing is, I know some people will now come and be asking me question in the DM. Ask your question here, because your question might actually just help somebody else. Nobody's asking questions like, okay, how do we begin? What I mean, it's so quiet. Glory David, Glory Blissful. I see other people that have joined while the session was going on. Okay, Glory says, how do we begin? Oh? So, Coach V, do you want to answer that? I was just about to type this. Okay, so I think that's the major question that will be on other people's minds. How do we, if somebody's here and they're interested in being a part, how do they begin? Coach V.
Oh, it's pretty easy. Talk to Ifemadi. She'll hook you up. It's not difficult. You should have nothing less than $100. You should be willing to, yeah. No, there's nothing like $50. At least $100. At least if $100. Yeah. Every average person should be able to come up with $100. So, and you're not paying me, that's the money you're using to trade, right? So, but then there's a profit sharing. So by the time you start to make your profit, the software is sold for $4,000, $4,000. But of course, we're not selling the software. We are where you're just going to plug it into our own, and then we'll be doing profit sharing of about 20%. Yeah, so you get 80% and we get 20% of your profit. That's all. So it's plug and play, and it's $100 that you have to start with. All right, and Ifemade will hook you up.
All
So
right,
let
thank
me
you
know if
so
that makes
much.
sense.
So if we don't have any other questions, I think Coach V has really done justice. So can we put our hands together? You can stop sharing your screen now so that, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking time to, to speak to us tonight. If you have further inquiries or questions later, you can actually chat me up. You have my number. There's nothing to hide. Right? And we'll sort that out. And if you want to join in, you can also let me know, and then we'll hook you up. If you think you have other people in your life who might be interested in this arrangement, then you can also let me know, and we'll see how to make that happen. This session has been recorded, so they can easily just watch the replay. I know a lot of other people who are not here, who said they will be here, who definitely watching the replay as well. Thank you also very much. I promised us that it was going to be very, straight to the point, and I hope that I've kept to my promise. And Coach V has helped us to keep to that as well. There's no boju boju here. She has told you as it is, right? So it's now up to you to make your own decision. Thank you all. Thank you, Coach V. Thank you, everybody. God bless you and have a very good night. Bye.